hey, I've seen quite a bit of people thinking what we're getting here is similar to Genshin's elemental effect. Now, I do think Genshin's elemental combination combo is quite good, but unfortunately, we're not there yet with Wuthering Waves. Instead, we are getting a bit of a buff for the elements slash attributes, and even that, it is still quite vague whether this negative status effect will be given to our past 1.0 characters or just newer characters. Depending on what KURO decides what this could be, it could either be a good news or it could be a complete shambles for the older characters, who knows. But let's talk about it. First off, we know that MC alone is continuously getting better and better since the beginning. Even at the start of Spectro MC, he was actually a decent support at CSIS, especially if you have Spectro DPS. For example, Jinshi. MC reduced a good chunk of Spectro resistance from the enemy, which led to Jinshi being able to do more damage later on. You also use Spectro MC as a DPS. Some people actually do that. It is actually quite good. And we later then got Havoc MC in the first patch. It was proven immediately that this is a main character, and he's actually strong. Insane ult damage, top tier animation with a scythe as a weapon. We don't even get that in Genshin till 4 years into the game. So I would assume we'll be getting new effects for the Havoc as well. It is called Havoc Bane, which we'll get into later. Now we're getting an upgrade for the Spectro MC, which also includes the new character Phoebe as well. They're both getting this Spectro Frazzle effect. Now, let's go ahead and read this for a moment to have a proper understanding. Spectro Frazzle effect. Certain Spectro attacks inflict a stackable Spectro Frazzle effect. Spectro Frazzle effect deals Spectro damage to the target at regular intervals during its duration. The damage inflicted by Spectro Frazzle effect depends on the resonator's level. So the higher the level of the resonators, the more of the Spectro Frazzle will be effective. The enemy defense and damage resistance and the number of Spectro Frazzle effect stacks. It is not influenced by the resonator's attack, crit rate, or other factors. So to explain this in the most simplest way possible, if you hit the enemy with Spectro using MC or Phoebe at this current of time, we only have those two, the enemies and their damage resistance will be reduced. They basically be killed off a lot easier, right? That's the best way for you to understand. Now let's go down to the other elements. But look, I'm gonna spoil one for you right now. The effect from Electro is pretty much garbage, and they really need to make a change ASAP. Alright, let's go off on Aero Erosion first. I will just follow the order after that. Certain aero attacks will inflict stackable aero erosions on enemies. Aero erosions inflicts aero damage on the target at regular intervals as long as it lasts. So this effect will stick on the enemy for the long run, with more stacks resulting in greater damage. Basically, the more aero erosions you hit upon the enemy, as it stacks up, you'll be doing more damage. I'm gonna assume it's only going to be viable on aero characters, meaning only aero characters will be getting this extra damage due to game designs possibly that tends to limit their player base. But that is Genshin. Now for the next one is Havoc Bane. Certain Havoc attacks will inflict Havoc Bane on enemies. Havoc Bane accumulates stacks automatically while it remains active. Once it reaches its maximum stacks, it deals Havoc damage to the target, removes Havoc Bane, and applies Havoc Bane to nearby characters. What I'm getting after reading this is that as the effect stacks up, there's going to be a large AoE that will affect everyone around you. Now, I say everyone because it says right there, applies Havoc Bane to nearby characters. They say characters, not enemies. So who knows what exactly this means because KURO seems to have non-stop mistranslation in the game. I could be wrong. Next up is Fusion Burst. Certain fusion attacks will inflict stackable fusion bursts on enemies. Once fusion burst hits its max stacks, it ignites and removes those stacks, dealing fusion damage. It sounds pretty similar to Havoc, but instead of having an AoE effect continuously hitting the character surrounding you, the fusion burst effect instead just stated fusion damage. It didn't say fusion burst attack, it says dealing fusion damage. So that could literally mean anything. Now, Glacio Chafe. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. Certain Glacio attacks will inflict stackable Glacio Chafe on enemies. As Glacio Chafe stacks increase, the target speeds gradually decrease. Upon reaching max stacks, the target is frozen and the stacks of Glacio Chafe are removed. So that is actually pretty damn self-explanatory, if you ask me. So I think about this is quite decent. As you continuously damaging the enemy, as the effect stacks up, the enemy starts to move slowly. And when you reach maximum stack, the enemy freezes. There you go. Honestly, it might make the game using Carlota, the character Carlota, if she was given this effect, it could actually be kind of fun. I really hope that all these effects will be given to the current characters that are available. And we don't need to get some 5-star weapons or echo sets, that will generally be bringing pain to the players. Not gonna lie, farming echoes is the last I want to do right now. Alright, you see the Electro Flare right here. Let's just talk about it. I'll just read this one for you. Certain Electro attacks will inflict stackable Electro Flare on enemies. While Electro Flare is active, it weakens the target's attack with more stacks, further reducing their strength. What nonsense is this? So nobody cares if they die in this game, right? Because the moment you get hit this much to the point that you will die when playing the end game, you're probably going to end up retrying the level. Am I wrong? Because that's what I would do. If the boss keeps hitting me and I couldn't dodge every single move, okay, shit, I messed up that one. I'm just gonna restart. That's exactly what I would do. Look, the thing is that I take increasing energy regen through the amount of stacks we can get. Then whatever this is, it's just bad because I don't care too much about the enemy's damage. I believe most players are more annoyed with the amount of HP you give the bosses at the end of the floor. That is far more annoying. But yeah, reducing their strength, reducing the enemy strength is pretty damn useless if you ask me. And that's about all we have to discuss in this video. If I'm mistaken anything that's given in this news here, please let me know in the comments below. I'd greatly be appreciated. And if you enjoyed the video, consider to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See ya.